Okay, let me share my screen. Yesterday, we looked at sheet list, and we created what I called cartoon sheet list, as you can see on the screen. This one, I'm using it to teach, so I've simplified it. But in the real world, we don't do this kind of sheet numbering, but I'm only using it to explain how it is done. Unfortunately, in our part of the world, people start with A001, A002, A003, A004. It is not a proper way of numbering sheets. When the project is big and you have to create a lot of sheets, and you have to make insertions, remove sheets, add sheets, and categorize the sheet, some for permits, some for construction sites, some for sketch design, then managing them can become very complicated. So that's why I want you to take your time and understand what you are trying to do. Like I said, there are categories of sheets that every building project will need. It's not for you to decide. It is industry standard. What I am giving you is a fair idea of what it is. Later on, you can get access to Revit standards and protocols or BIM standards and protocols, and then follow those standards. But if you don't know what you are doing, working with those standards can be very, very difficult. But you don't have any option than to work with those standards. So let's take note of it. What I've done is that I have 00-00 for preliminary sheets, 10-00 for site information sheets, 20-00 for general arrangement sheets, 30-00 for details. And then we have 40-00 for renderings, 50-00 for layout, 60-00 for schedules, and then 70-00 for specifications. So we can get 80-00, 90-00 as and when it becomes necessary. Now, when it comes to the preliminary sheets, we have cover pages. You can have different types of cover pages for working drawings, for sketch designs, for permits, for construction. If you are going to give drawings to clients, you can have a different cover page to be given to clients. They don't necessarily have to be the same. Each and every individual or group that you are presenting information to must be addressed as such. You cannot use one cover page for everything. You have to get different cover pages. When the project is very big and the document is voluminous, at times you need to insert flyers. If you have over 100-page document, 300-page drawing document, you need to add flyers to categorize the information of sheets that you need. We can have information sheets. When you come to site, you can have different site plans, survey drawings, block plans, block layout, circulation layout, all different kinds of layout for the site. All of them, you need to properly sort them out. When it comes to general arrangements, we have floor plans. You can have different kinds of floor plans. We have reflected ceiling plans. You can have different types of reflected ceiling plans. For instance, you can do ceiling plan showing how the ceiling is done. You can do ceiling plan showing your light fittings, ceiling plan showing your surveillance system, ceiling plan showing your firefighting system, ceiling plans showing so many things. When it comes to building sections, there are different types of sections, different types of building elevations, details, enlarged views, assembly drawings. So you must find a ways and means of organizing your sheets so that it can make life bearable for you. What I'm showing you is just a tip of the iceberg. As you move ahead, you appreciate it. So with this, I can generate any sheet I want and that I can work with at any point in time. Any questions so far on this one? We did it yesterday. Before I proceed. Mr. Godwin.
Yeah, my guy.
Yesterday you didn't come. That is why I had to skip the services work. So you continue the services next week because you are the only no services guy with us. And because of you not around, I had to skip it and then do something else. That's what I'm doing. What I'm doing now. So please next week you continue the services, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Any question on the cartoon sheet list? Oh, you're okay. Everybody's okay.
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Good. Now that we have the cartoon sheet list, the next thing we need to do is to create our sheets. And always, when you are coming to create a sheet, the sheet will be created from this list. You are not going to create a new sheet outside this list. So if you know that you are going to work on particular sheet at any point in time, you make sure that this list is updated before you create your sheet out of it. So for instance, the project that we are working on is a plumbing project. As you can see, it can be an architectural project. It can be structural project. It can be mechanical. It can be landscape. It can be anything. The concept I am teaching you now is applicable to all disciplines. Whether you are working in architecture, whether you are working in structures, whether you are working in mechanical, electrical, plumbing, landscape, interior, whatever, whichever discipline you work in, all things being equal, you are going to create sheets. You are going to create views and then put them on the sheets. You are going to create legends and then put them on the sheets. You are going to create schedules and then put them on the sheets. So this topic that I'm doing is applicable to all disciplines. Whether you are working in mechanical, electrical, or plumbing, sheets is one of the most important deliverables in any of the projects that you are going to embark upon. And you must take your time and then create these sheets and categorize them. They are like chapters, sections, and sub pages. So the preliminary sheet is a section, maybe part 1. Site information is part 2. General arrangement is part 3. Details is part 4. Renderings is part 5. Layout is part 6. So depending upon the complexity of the project that you are working on, your sheet arrangement is going to be made up of several parts. And each part will have different sections, cover pages and a preliminary, flyers, information sheet, side sheets, bulletin boards, and so on. If you take your time and explore other projects done by serious AEC firms, you will appreciate what I'm trying to say. Don't presume, don't assume the basic drawings that people do in AutoCAD here, 15 sheet, 10 sheet, 25 sheet project. No, don't use that one as your case study, it will not help you. Look for good projects. People are doing projects all over. If you have friends in other offices that works on large projects across, handled by foreign consultants, please establish relationships with them and then get copies of their designs and see how they are done. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can see this drawing for you. Okay, I don't have it. Maybe at our next meeting next week, I'll show you some of these drawings that I'm talking about. But for now, let's concentrate on what you're doing here. So from this list, you can always update it. So this project that we are working on, for instance, it's a small plumbing project that we have here. So I can get some sheets for the plumbing. You understand? Now, when you are working with views, when you are working with sheets, you are going to create a view and then put the view on a sheet. So if you go to the menus here, we have views at the right here. Where's the magnifier? Okay. Let me expand it again. Good. We have views here. Then we have legends. Then we have schedules. Then we have sheets. We have families. We have groups and then Revit links. Any sheet that we are going to compose, which will fall here, is going to be a combination of views, legends, and schedule. The way you arrange your sheet in terms of views, legend, and schedules will give you an opportunity to tell a story to whomever you are going to present the sheets to. It is not just that you just create a sheet and then put anything there. Most of the time, people just start ground floor plan, first floor plan, second floor plan, section 1.
Mankind.
Yes, sir.
Mankind.
Yes, sir.
Your light is going off and on, off and on, off and on. So we can't follow you very well.
My what?
I don't know your network, because I don't know what's the problem, but they keep going on and off and off.
Then maybe it's the network, the part of the country we live in. What can we do? There's little you can do.
Okay.
But can you see my screen?
Whenever the network goes off, it also stops. It also stops.
But now can you see it?
Yeah, it's active at the moment.
It's active. Okay. So I said we have views, we have legends, we have schedules, and then we have sheets. Whenever you create any sheet, it's going to be a combination of one or more views on the sheet, one or more legends on the sheet, and then one or more schedules on that sheet. The sheet doesn't necessarily have to be composed of only view only or only legends only. If you are doing door and window schedule sheet, for instance, they need to be able to show a layout showing the door and windows on the drawing before you add the door and window schedules, before you add the door and windows legend, so that the person can see where the windows are on plan, how they are depicted, the legends, and then how they are scheduled also. That will compose a sheet. We don't do views sheet separate, legend sheet separate, and schedule sheet separate. It's not done. You must know how to combine them in order to tell a very good story. Any question, please, before I continue? Or do you get the concept I'm trying to paint?
Yeah, I think I get it. I understand.
You all get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yesterday, we looked at how to create a title block. So if you go to our families and you go to annotation symbols, we realize that we created title blocks. A2 horizontal title block, A2 portrait title block, A2 vertical title block, then A2 title block. If you look at the names, it is not clear. I find it very difficult to appreciate whom the owner of this title block even is. So this name that I've given here is not even complete. Ideally, I should be able to name it as KDA rename. Rename. KDA underscore A2 title block. Rename this one too as KDA underscore A2 portrait. So I know that it's mine. Then rename this one too. So you to do same for your own. So you know what is yours. So when somebody is using your title block, you know that this title block is mine. Then the network is disappointing us. So I'll rename this one too. So rename KDA underscore. Then the last one, rename why? Let me use properties for that. Select it. Go to prop. I'm using under properties. Okay. So you let me work with the others before. So if I minimize them, I know that I have this KDA as my own. You to bring your initials in front of your title blocks so that you know that they are yours. So the next thing I can do is that I have my sheet already created. So if I right click this one and choose edit, it will open it in the family editor for me to know that this is my title block. The design is not complete. It is just a preliminary design. I can always come back, edit it, and update it as and when necessary. So I'll close it. Now, the next thing that I need to do is to be able to create my sheet that I want. So if I go down to my sheet, if I go down to my sheet, these are all the families. Why did I open all of them? Minimize the families. I go to my sheet. Currently, there's only one sheet called floor plans. If I open it, this is it. So I can go and create another sheet, new sheet. And in the new sheet, I'll choose a title block I want, A2 title block. Then the list I created in the schedules, I see all of them here. and I can choose from any of the lists. Now I want to do layout, maybe plumbing layout. So I'll scroll and look for plumbing layout. So I'll come to layout, then I'll see plumbing layout. This plumbing layout, 5-10- plumbing layout, is the main section for the plumbing layout. I have not created any subsection for the plumbing layout. So the best thing to do is to go to my cartoon sheet list and then create maybe the plumbing layout 1 or the ground floor plumbing layout, sheet 1. So I'll go back to my schedules, open my sheet list. What's my sheet list? Yeah, this is my sheet list. Go to insert row. So I've inserted a new row here. Where is the one I just inserted? Unnamed here. And the plumbing layout starts at 510. So I'll rename it as 50-10.01. So I have to come under the plumbing layout. So this one will be plumbing layout. And because I've typed plumbing layout already, I can just go through the list. No need for me to type and make another spelling mistake. Look for plumbing layout and call it plumbing layout. But this one is just one sheet, so I can call it plumbing layout single instead of plumbing layout. So just now I have a plumbing layout sheet. So I can now go to sheets, new sheet, and then look for plumbing layout 50.1 here, and then go to OK. So a sheet is created for me, plumbing layout. It came with this title block. If I want to use this title block, I can use it. If I want to change the title block, I can go to the type properties, change it to this one, or change it to that one, or change it to this one. Whichever I'm comfortable with, I'll take it like that. So now I have prepared a sheet for plumbing layout. I can then bring in a plumbing layout view and then put it on it. So I'll scroll to my views, go to my floor plan. There is only one ground floor level available to me here, only one that I'm working with. So to be able to create a plumbing layout, I'll select this view, make a duplicate of it. So I'll just choose duplicate and then rename it ground floor level dash plumbing, which means that I'm considering everything plumbing for this sheet. So I've created this sheet. But before you put it on a sheet, you let me put it on a sheet before, then I'll come back to it. So I'll close it again, close this one, then come to this sheet. I'll take this plumbing level and then drag it and then put it on the sheet. When I put it on the sheet, you see this elevation marker here, another elevation marker here, another elevation marker here. It is not properly positioned on the sheet. What I want to see is what is around here, the main drawing here. That is what I want to see before I place it. So it is not advisable just to drag the drawing onto the sheet. The best way to go about it is to scope the view. We call it scoping. I know you all understand scoping. If you want to scope something, you want to define what you want to work with, what you want to work within. That's what it's called scoping. And Revit provides that with something called scope box. Scope box. All this floor plan that you are going to do, you are going to do plumbing layout, cold water layout, hot water supply layout, waste layout, firefighting layout, whatever layout that you are going to do, floor plan layout, anything that you're going to do that is going to engulf the whole of the floor plan, we call it general arrangement. That works with it. And everything on this floor plan must be seen. So I'm going to create a scope box, a tool we use called scope box to scope it. So you go to the view menu. When you go to view menu, you see scope box here. Let me magnify so you can see. This is it. It's called scope box. We use the scope box to scope what you want to put on a view. So you have consistency in whatever you are doing. So I'll click on the scope box and then draw a box around what I want to see. There's the existing scope box in the architecture drawing. That's what you see over there. So I'm drawing a new one for the plumbing. So I'll draw it this way. When you go to the 3D view, you see the scope box that you just drew. You can select it. You must make sure that anything that you want to see within the plumbing layout falls within this scope box. So let me minimize the magnifier. Let me minimize it again. Minimize the magnifier. So you see the scope box is here. So you select the scope box. You go to the front. You see the box selected. You can adjust it to the limits of the building of what you want to see. Adjust it maybe to the top here. Adjust it to the left here. And then bring it all the way down to somewhere here. So this is the box that the building falls within. You can go to the right. Adjust it to the front a bit. Adjust it to the left a bit. So that you have a properly defined box within which the building falls. And anything that has to do with plumbing must fall within this range. And I can give the scope box a name. I'll call it general arrangement underscore plumbing. So all plumbing general arrangement views will fall within this scope box. Please, any question before I continue with the scope box? Scope box for plumbing. Any question before I continue?
Are there two scope boxes?
Yes, currently there are two scope boxes, yes. One is for the architecture, and then one is for the plumbing. So let me hide that of the architecture before. So I'll go to VV, go to Revit links, this architecture model, go to visibility settings, custom model, custom annotations, custom, then look for scope box, then uncheck it. Okay, now the architecture one is gone. So this is the plumbing scope box. So general arrangement plumbing scope box. Yes, so now we have only one scope box for the plumbing. So if you look at it from the top, you see the building lying within that box. From the front, the whole building lies within the box. If I go here, everything lies within the box, yes. So that's the scope box, yes. Any further question? This scope box is going to control all floor plans, all reflected ceiling plans, all sections, all elevations related to plumbing. And they will be consistent throughout. If you don't have a scope box, what it means is that if you have to go to the east elevation, you have to manually come and select the view and adjust it this way. Then come in here and then adjust it. Come in here and then adjust it. It's a waste of hell of a time. You don't do that. But if I have a scope box assigned I'll just come into this view, go to the properties palette, go to extend, look for scope box, select it, then assign a scope box, general arrangement, plumbing. Then it will automatically crop the view to it. If I go to the ground floor plumbing, I don't have to manually crop it. I just go to the ground floor properties, go to the extent, look for scope box, and then assign the scope box, general arrangement, plumbing, then to crop it for me automatically. Now, if I go to my sheet now, you see that the view is properly what? Cropped, and I can position it. Any question? Any question? The internet is not helping us today. Any question, please? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Any question on scope box? Nico? Nico? Mr. Richmond? Please, your silence is not helping the class. So why is everybody silent?
So you are following.
Any question? You are okay? Mr. Richmond? Mr. Richmond? Praise Ajay.
Yeah, mankind.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm having problem with my internet.
You are out.
I'm having problem with my internet connection, so it's glitching.
Okay. But are you comfortable with the scope box?
Yeah, I'll go by it.
Okay. Now, when you are putting your view on a sheet also, some people just drag views on the sheet and place it anywhere on the sheet. So for instance, I can come and create another sheet. Let's say this floor plan, and then go and drag this same floor plan onto this sheet. Then let me apply the scope box also to it. Now the scope box is applied. How would I be very sure that this floor plan is placed at the same location as this one? If you check here, the distance between here and the top here, the distance between here and here, the distance between here and here, and you compare it on this sheet, are they the same? The distance between here and here, here and there, here and there, here and there. I call it the margins around the view. If you look at the two views, are they the same? Please, are they the same? this one and that one, are they the same?
No, they are not the same.
They are not the same. So how do you make sure they are the same and consistent in terms of presentation? How do you go about it? How do you make sure they are the same? Some of us have been using Revit for some time now. How do you check that, if I may ask?
You put in the dimensions and then make sure they all have the same dimension.
No, I'm not talking of dimensions. I'm talking of the placement of the view on the sheet. The offset, if you hover my mouse over the view like this one, if you look at the margins on the top, on the right and the left, and then at the bottom, then you come to this view and you check, you realize that they are not the same, both top, left, and right, but the view size are all the same. How do you make sure that it is properly positioned on the sheet? For instance, if I drag this one to the upper left corner here and position it here, and I come here and I want to drag this one also to the upper left corner, how sure am I that they are all positioned at the same place? How do you do that? Currently, how do you do that in your work? Or you don't check them, you just place them?
Well, in my work, I will just be moving with the arrow keys, up, down, east and west. Yeah, I think normally that's how I do
it. Mr. Bafo. Mr. Bafo. How do you go about it? You've been using Revit for some time. BC. How do you manage that?
So normally I drag it on the sheet and position it manually.
So you don't check to see whether they are properly aligned?
I do, but I do it manually.
You do it manually?
So it takes time, yeah.
Yeah. There is a tool for every sheet that helps you to do that. If I come to the sheet with nothing selected, okay, you see like what is on the project browser. Let me close this system browser for now. If you come, this is a sheet. If you come to the properties and come all the way down under other, there's what you call guide grid. Guide grid. Currently, it is none. So you can scroll down there and see that it is what? It's none. You don't see anything. But if you go to the sheet composition panel and the view here, you should see guide grid here at the top. Create a new guide element in the active sheet to help align elements within and between sheets. So when you click on the guide grid, save project. As soon as I click on the guide grid, it will ask me to assign a name to the guide grid. So I'll call it General Arrangements GA underscore plumbing. Because I'm using it for plumbing. If you are doing architecture, you can do same. Then you see this guide grid. When you select it, you can specify the spacing for the guide grid. Currently, by default, it is 25 mm. I can change it to 50 mm. I can change it to 100 mm. Or I can change it to 10 mm. Depending upon what is convenient for you. Then you can adjust it to the limit of your sheet.
Sir, your network is keeps going off. I can't really follow what you're doing.
The network is not mine. It's from MTN, I beg. But can you see it now? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, your screen share is on.
Okay. Can you see the guy?
But the last thing I saw was you were typing G at some point. I don't know how it got
So I should
here.
start all over again.
Yeah, if possibly.
Okay, let me delete. When you come on the sheet, you go to the sheet composition panel and the view menu. You should see guide grid. When you click on the guide grid, then give the guide grid a name. So I'll call it general arrangement plumbing. When you finish, the guide grid will come. Can you see it?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Yes,
When you
sir.
select the guide grid, we have guide spacing. By default, it's 25 mm. So I can change it to 50 mm. Spacing, I can change it to 100 mm. Spacing, I can change it to 200 mm. Spacing, whatever the spacing that you do it, that will be convenient for you, do that. I'll bring it back to the default 25 mm spacing. Then I'll adjust the guide grid to the limit of my sheets that I'm working on, just the border of the sheet, like this one. Then I'll come in here, bring this also to the border. Then bring this one also to the inner edge of my sheet where I'm placing my drawings. Then the bottom two, I'll adjust it this way. So I have a grid that I am working with. So now if I select my view, I can use the arrow keys and adjust the edge here, the side of the edge, onto this grid. Then this edge at the top here, I'll bring it onto this grid also. So I know that this view is placed from the corner of this grid here. Now, when I go to the next sheet, I'll just come in and select my guide grid, GA plumbing. It will be active. I'll select this view, I'll adjust it, adjust, zoom in to be accurate as possible. Then I can be sure this view and this view are at the exact same location. Happy? Are you okay? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Nico? Mr. Richmond? There are 5 of us left here. Wow. Mr. Godwin?
Eh,
Mr. Godwin?
Yes, sir, I'm listening.
I'm here. The
Do
network
you
is
get
bad.
the picture I'm painting?
Yes.
Okay. Rohi there, we can't talk to her. Rohi. I think the network is very bad.
Yes, very, very bad.
Wow. Any question? Jabafo,
So I'm okay.
you're okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Antoinette, you are okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Godwin, you are okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the use of the guide grid. Depending upon the kind of sheet you are composing, you can create different guide grids for them. Now, let's say I want to do elevations for the plumbing. Then I have to go to my schedules again, sheet list, and check whether I have elevations. So these are the elevation sheets. I have not created sub elevation view, so I need to add an elevation to the list so that I can create it. So I'll go to insert data row. Then a new data row is inserted. I'll renumber it to 20 dot 20 dot elevation is what 40, and it's 20 dash 40 dot 01 and call it plumbing elevations. So I have plumbing elevations sheet now. So I can then go to new sheet, select my title block, and then look for plumbing elevations. Here, plumbing elevation, and then go to OK. So the plumbing elevations is now added. If I want to add a guide grade, I can go and select general arrangement plumbing as my guide grade. Now, if I go to my elevation sheet, these are the default elevations that came. So I'll make a duplicate of this one, duplicate view, rename it, and then call it East dash plumbing. Take the north, duplicate the view, rename it, north dash plumbing. I'll take the south, duplicate the view, rename it, south dash plumbing. Take the west, duplicate it, rename it, west dash plumbing. I can then select east plumbing, control north plumbing, south plumbing, west plumbing. All the four are selected. I'll go to the properties and the extent, make sure I assign the scope box plumbing, general arrangement plumbing to all of them. They see that this one will be cropped, that one will be cropped, that one will be cropped, that one will be cropped. So I can now go to my plumbing sheets, elevations, drag east plumbing, position it, drag west plumbing, position it. So I have my east plumbing on the sheet, I have my west plumbing on the sheet, and I want to put other information here. So I'll leave it blank. It can be legend, it can be schedule, it can be anything. So I need to create another sheet for plumbing. So I'll go to my sheet list again, insert, data row. So I have 20-40.02. Now I'm going to select plumbing elevations again. Plumbing elevations. I've already typed it, so I don't need to type it again. I'll go to new sheet. Select my A2 title block, then go to plumbing elevations sheet. This one that is created. I'll make sure that my guide grade is on. General arrangement plumbing. Then I'll go and take the other two. North plumbing, I'll position it. South plumbing, I'll drag it and position it. Why is it not working the way I want? Okay, the scale is 1:25. Let me leave it here. When you are working with views, do you see what I see? Please, do you see what I see? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What do you see?
I can see the grid and the elevation mix.
What do you notice between the two elevations?
One is bigger than the other.
One is bigger than the other. They are not consistent. Like
Yes.
you did for your work the other time. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
This brings us to another topic called view templates. View templates. Plumbing east, plumbing north, plumbing south, plumbing west. All things being equal must all be presented in the same way. True or false?
True.
True. How do you make sure that the plumbing east, the plumbing north, plumbing south, and then plumbing west are all represented in the same way, so that any change you make anywhere will be the same? How can you do that? Have you asked yourself this question before as a Revit user? I'm just asking, please. Have you had that challenge before? At times you go to the east elevation, you go and do the settings there. You go to the west elevation, you go and do the settings. You go to the front elevation, you go and do the settings. How do you make sure that all the views are consistent in their presentation? How do you do that? Please, if I may ask. All of us are using Revit one way or the other. Please share your experience before I go continue. Because currently, if you look at the plumbing sheet, elevation 1, the scale of this one is different from the scale of this one. If I go to the other elevations, at least they are all the same. But how do I make sure that in terms of presentations, in terms of annotation, they are consistent? How do you do that? Please, is the class boring? Antoinette,
Sir.
is the class boring?
No.
Everybody's gone. They are left with only 5 of us here.
It's the network.
I mean, yeah, the network.
The network.
Today it's a bit more than the usual.
Because the number of the class is reducing on almost daily basis. The people attending the class.
Today's network is not helping.
Okay.
at all.
So how do you go about your making sure that the display are all consistent? How do you manage them, if I may ask?
So I didn't hear the question.
Mr. Boachi, did you hear it? BC.
The network is not stable, so sometimes it will go off.
So you two didn't hear my question.
Not really.
Let me repeat the question again. I'm saying that whenever you are placing views on sheet, let's say front elevation, back elevation, east elevation, and west elevation, how do you make sure that they are consistent?
Well, first you have to check, and we need to know which of the views you want to place on which of the sheets. For example, if you are using 1:50, 1:50. So if you are putting it on the sheets, probably it's only two views that would be on the sheets. So you need to decide which of the views, north, east, west, which of the on that particular sheet, and then you center so that they are consistent.
Okay. In terms of the display of the sheet, when you put two views on the sheet, let's say front elevation like I've done here, I have the east elevation and then I have the west elevation here. How do you make sure that this view and this view are consistent in terms of presentation? Or you still don't understand my question?
The network went off again. You said, how do you make sure that they are consistent?
In terms of presentation, yes.
Okay, visually or like
Yes.
technically speaking?
Visually, technically, everything. How do you make sure that they are consistent?
It should be centered.
That one is just the positioning. But I'm talking of what you see in the view. Because if you take in a view, there are so many settings that affect the view. How do you make sure that the shading in this view and the shading in this view is consistent? The lighting level in this view and the lighting level in this view is consistent. The background in this view and the background in this view are consistent. How do you do that? BC.
Yeah, so I understand for instance, the elevation can how you are going to present it. You can do it on the elevation and save it and apply it to there. But I've tried it once. I've forgotten. But most times, if I don't remember, maybe I will think of doing it manually. But I remember, yeah.
Bagovi.
Yeah, my friend.
We are fond of always trying to disrupt what you are trying to do on the screen. Why are you trying to do on the screen? You were doing that the other time. Today, too, you are doing the same thing.
No.
The line you drawn on the sheet, on the screen, now what is the use of it? Please clean it.
I can't hear you.
I say you are fond of always distracting us, drawing on the whiteboard on the screen while I'm teaching. Why are you always doing that?
My friend, it's not me.
It's you, Paco. It's you. You were doing the same thing yesterday.
Okay, to be the screen. What's the screen? My screen is worrying me. What is this?
Thank you. Now,
okay, is it gone?
It's gone. Now, the solution to
Sorry, it's my screen.
The solution to this is called view template. View template. Any view that is similar to another view can be managed and controlled by what we call view templates. Do you understand what I'm saying? This west elevation here, this east elevation here, and this west elevation here. And then if you come to this sheet, this north elevation here, and then this south elevation here, they must all be what? Consistent in terms of presentation. And the tool you can use to do that, we call it view templates. Have you come across view template in Revit before in your workings? Have anybody come across view template before?
No, sir.
You've not seen it at all?
No.
Anywhere?
No.
God, BC, have you seen it anywhere before? View template. BC. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Have you seen view template anywhere before in Revit?
Yeah, I've seen it on the view menu, but as I said, I've not really tried it.
Okay. The view template is very useful when you want to get consistent visual representation of similar views. So let us assume you are doing plumbing layout, ground floor, first floor, second floor, out to the 13th floor. You don't have to manually go to each of the views and go and change the scale, go and change the detail level, go and change the graphical display, go and change all those things associated with it. But you assign one view template to all of them. Okay, so let's go to one of the sheets, say plumbing elevations. If I select one of the views, this one, you see that there's a view template here and identity data. Do you see it? View template.
Yeah, we see it.
And identity data. Currently, it is what? It's none. You understand? So I'll just open the elevation view plumbing. I've opened the plumbing east elevation currently as it is. I've not done anything to it. I've not done any settings to it. Then I'll go to the view menu. Then within the view menu, I'll look for graphics. Under graphics, we have what we call view templates. Can you see it? View templates. Here. View templates. You go to the drop down. You can create template from current view. Create template from current view. So I'll choose that one. So I'll go to view template and then choose create template from current view. Then I'll give it a name. So I'll call it plumbing elevations. Plumbing elevations. Then I go to OK. As soon as I click on it, a dialog box will pop up. Can you see the dialog box? Can you see
Yeah.
it? Yes. Called View Template dialog box. And then the plumbing elevations that I just created, you see it here. Let me rename it properly so that I'll call it KDA KD underscore plumbing elevations. Now, if you come to the parameters, there's a long list: view scale, display model, detail level, part visibility, all the way down to color scheme. We've been working with some of these things all this while. We know the scale, we know the detail level, we know the visibility graphics overrides, we know the model display, we have the discipline and so on. Color scheme, we've been working with them. You can control all of these things at one point, and I can give it a name and call it KDA plumbing elevations. So I'll go to OK. Now I'm finished with that one. Now, if I go to the sheet, now I'll select this view and I select this view, the two of them. Then I'll go to view templates. Now it's none. I'll click on it and make sure I'll assign it what? KDA plumbing elevations. Then all of them will now be consistent. I'll go to the next sheet. I'll select this view, control, then I'll select this view also. This view, control, this view, and then that view. The two of them are selected. Then I'll assign view template, KDA plumbing elevations. You see that all of them will now be consistent. So I can bring this one. Then when I bring this one, I'll assign the scope box to it. This one too, I'll assign the scope box to it. So this one, the scope box is general arrangement plumbing. This one too, the scope box is general arrangement plumbing. So you see that they are now looking what? The same. Then I can position it. Now, if I want to continuously control each of these elevations, I don't individually control them. I only control it from one source. Watch something. You see the levels. I'm seeing both the plumbing levels and then the architectural levels here. I want to see the architectural levels. So I'll go to plumbing elevations here. Go to the visibility graphics override for Revit links. I'll go to edit. Click by host. Go to custom. Come to annotations. Where is grid? Grid is, go to custom here. Look for grid. Grid is right here. Custom. Where is grid? Structural grid. Name search. Grid. Grid is here. So when I come to grid, then I'll switch it off. Then go to OK. Go to OK. Go to OK. But it's still showing, I'm coming. Go to view template, plumbing. Go to length, edit. Go to custom. Then go to annotation, search for grid. It's off. Why is it still showing? Go to filter list. Let me go to all. Then look for grid. Grid. Grid is unchecked here. So it shouldn't show. Go to OK. Go to apply. Go to OK. Still showing. Okay, plumbing elevations. Let me go to visibility graphics again. Go to annotations. Great. It's still displaying. There might be something wrong. South plumbing. West plumbing. Excuse me, give me a minute. East plumbing. North plumbing. West plumbing. East plumbing, have I assigned a template? Yes, KDA plumbing. North plumbing, KDA plumbing elevations. South plumbing, KDA plumbing elevations. West plumbing, but I don't know why it is still displaying. I'm coming again. Give me a minute. I hope you are following what I'm doing. Hello?
Yes. Yes,
Because,
sir.
but I don't know why it is still displaying. Just give me a minute, it happens. KDA plumbing elevations, go to Revit links, go to custom, and then within the custom, go to model, annotations, custom, show annotations in this view, show all. Then uncheck grade. Grade is unchecked. But I don't know why it is still displaying. For this grade, oh, let me check something. I don't see why this grade for architecture is still showing.
Have you seen his bio? Sorry. Which man? Ebonua.
Plumbing elevations
Oh.
are
I
coming.
said it is a vision, not a prophecy. Understand before you judge.
Discipline plumbing by discipline background.
I'm a common boy.
All right.
Pino po gale ko la tiefle ya nye kushi na ole baby na babia. Ah, so can
Brace is on. It's off. If it gives me an issue, I'll take my time and find out what the issue is later on. But for now, I don't understand why they are still showing. Okay. Go, they are not supposed
Yes.
to display. Actually,
Okay.
they are not supposed to display. These are the grades for the mechanical, and then these are the grades for the architecture. And I did not want the architecture one to show in this view, but they are showing. But when I go to the south one, they are not showing. Only one of them is showing. Why they are not showing, I don't know. I'll find out later on. Okay, I'll do that. Let me go to 3D and check something. Let me select all these grids here, assign them the scope box. Then I remain plumbing. So this one gives the data of the architecture. And the architecture ones, they are not supposed to show. I think now they are not showing. These are the architecture ones. They are still showing. Do you see if I select it? You see, these are the architecture ones. They are not supposed to show in this view because I've applied a view template to it called general plumbing elevations. Okay, plumbing elevations. Go to Revit links. This architectural model. Go to custom. The custom view. I activate custom. Go to annotations. Make sure it's custom. And then go to grades. It's off. But it's still displaying. Don't worry, I'll look at it again and then come back to it. Now let's go to the ground floor plumbing and let me check also. You see, I'm on the ground floor. Currently, I'm on the ground floor. You see, the sections are showing here on the ground floor. The grids are also showing here. I want the presentation on this ground floor and then the presentation on this ground floor plumbing to be the same. So the best approach I can do is that I have to assign one general arrangement to all of them. So I'll come here, change the display level to say shaded in this view. Heading line in this view. Go to visibility graphics override. Hide the sections from the view. So I'll look for sections. And then unhide them. So the sections are no more showing. Now, if I go to the ground floor plan, the sections are still showing here. If I come here, the sections are not showing. So what I'll do is that I'll apply a view template to this view. I'll apply a view template to this view. So I'll go to view template, create template from current view, and I'll call it GA plumbing. KDA underscore GA plumbing. Then go to OK. Now, when I come here, GA plumbing, I'll go to OK by default. So now if I come into this view, this ground floor level, I want it to have the same presentation as this one here. But if you come here, I've already, if I come to this view, GA plumbing, I come in then to a view template here, and then make sure that I assign GA, KDA, GA plumbing to it. So that template is assigned. Then when I come to this view also, I want it, the sessions, I expect the sessions and everything to go off by assigning GA plumbing to it. If I go to OK, you see that they are gone. They don't show again. And because I've assigned a KDA GA plumbing to this view, I cannot control most of the things within the properties. You see that the view scale, I cannot edit it. Scale value, I cannot edit it. I cannot edit most of the things. If I go to visibility graphics override, they are all faded out. I can't edit them. The only way that I can edit them is to go to the view templates, manage view templates, and then select the KDA GA plumbing and then edit it from here. Do you get a picture I'm painting? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Do you get a
sir.
picture I'm painting?
Yes, sir.
So the view template gives you an opportunity to control the visibility graphics or to control all the visibility settings for a view from one source. And that's how we use them. Let me go to the architecture model and then demonstrate it there again so you can appreciate what I'm saying. So I'll go to File, then go and open Project. Then go and look for the architecture model. So go to Model Project Files. Then look for architecture model. Maybe there it will make sense a bit. Good. This is the architecture model. This is the east elevation. This is the north. This is the south. This is the west. So I open the east. Take these sections. Hide in view category. All the sections are gone. Take the levels. Hide in view category. All the levels are gone. Come to the visual display. Here, change it to say shaded. Go to the visual display settings, graphic display settings. Give it a background of say gradient, and then go to OK. Switch on shadows. Go to the shadows settings. And then change the shadows, show ambient shadow, lighting settings, make the shadows a bit light. Apply. So that this is how my elevation is now looking at. Do you see what I see? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if I go to the north elevations, the sections are there. The levels are there. There's no background. It is not shaded. It's not anything. So if I want to get the same representation that I have in this elevation here, as in the north elevation, as in the south elevation, as in the west elevation, what do I do? I want the same representation as this one. What can I do? Based upon what we discussed. We have 4 elevations. I've done the settings for the east elevation to look nice. The remaining 4 elevations, they don't look like that. If I want all of them to look like the east elevation, based upon what we've discussed, what can I do so that they all look like this one? Antoine,
use it to apply it to the rest.
You can what? What did you say?
That said, you apply you create a template from what you just done and apply it to the rest of the elevations.
Thank you. So I'll come into this view, go to view menu, go to view template, create template from current view, then give it a name, KDA underscore elevations for SD, for sketch design. Then I go to OK. So when I come in here, it will tell me that this is the scale. The display is model, detail level is coarse. I can even change it to medium here. It has given me the graphics overrides. I can do this if I want to. It has done everything all the way to the bottom. I just click what? Okay. Now, this view template, I can then assign it to this view and then call it KDA elevations what? SD. So when I come to the north elevation, I don't need to repeat the whole process again. I'll just click on view template, none, and select what? KDA elevations what? SD. And then click OK. Sharp, I have the same presentation. South elevation, KDA elevations, SD. Bingo. West elevation, KDA elevations, SD. Then I'm done. So if you look at all the elevations, they are all looking what? The same. Now, if I want to change the background from gradient to something else, I just go to KD elevations SD, go and look for background, click on edit. Instead of using gradients, I'll use sky and then go to OK and go to OK. So the background is now showing what? A sky. If I go and check the other elevations, the background is sky. If I go to south, the background is sky. If I go to west, the background is sky. What I am trying to say here is that any view or any set of views that are supposed to have the same representation, it is advisable to give them a view what? Template, and then assign it to the appropriate what? Elevations. Any question?
Okay.
Yes, madam.
No, nothing from me.
Okay. Did you get the concept?
Yes.
Okay.
So, in regards to the view template, so does it also affect um what's the word? The section and then the 3D views as well?
Yes, if you are doing
Because
sections, there's section 1, there's section 2,
no, I mean to okay.
there's section 3,
Yeah.
there's section 4, there's section 5, there's section 6. And you want all the sessions to have the same representation. Then you take your time and go to one of the session views, just one, and then do all the settings in that particular view. Then when you finish,
So it's not like the elevations where if you do it for the east, like I mean, you see how we did it for the east elevation and then you applied to all of them.
so
When
in
it
the
comes to the
session,
section,
you
you
do
need to
it
pick
for
one.
one. You do it for one session.
Okay.
You take your
And
time
then you
and do it
apply.
for one, and then apply to the
Okay.
remaining.
All right.
So let me try out for the sessions here. So I'll take section 1. Take this section view, hide in view, category. I don't see any section. Take the grade, hide in view, category. I don't see the grade. All the furniture and plumbing, I want it to be half tone. So I'll go to VV, visibility graphics override. Look for furniture. So this furniture, I make it half tone. Look for plumbing. I make the plumbing to half tone. Then go to OK. So that the plumbing is half tone. The furniture is half tone. I can see the windows where. I can see that, but this lighting tool, I want the lighting tool to be half tone. So I'll go to VV again, then make the lighting fixtures, that one to half tone. Because that's not the focus for the discussion for this particular view. Though this is what I have for my section. This is the display I want. And I think I'm okay with it. You can always edit the view template, okay? It's always a work in progress.
Okay.
So I'll come in here and then come and choose view templates. Create template from current view. And then call it KDA_sections. Check the name you always give it. Okay. Sections.
Okay.
Then go to OK. Then to show you everything, the scale is 1/100. The detail level is coarse. Let me make the detail level medium here. Then go to OK. So I've applied this view template to this section. So when I come to this section, I make sure I assign the view template KDA what sections to it.
Actions.
You understand?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Now, if I go to section 2, you see that it is scattered. So what do? I go to view template, then look for what? KDA section. Then go to what? Okay. Then I have it. It's half tone, blah, 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 and so on. I'll go to the next session. Not this one, not this color, not this color. This session, KDA section. Then it's gone. If I go here, KDA sections. Then later on, it occurs to me, no, all the KDA sections, I want to make it colorful. I want to make sure that it is realistic. I want to give it a background. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'll just go to KDA sections, go and look for the background. Edit. Background is none. I use what? Gradient. Or I use what? Sky. Now I go to OK. I go to OK. So you see that the background is now applied. Now if I go to the other sections, the background is applied. If I go to the other sections, the background is applied. I want to make it realistic. I'll go to KDA sections, go and look for display options, the model display, this model display, edit. Then with the model display, instead of using heading line, I want to make it realistic. Then go to OK, then go to OK. So it will be rendered realistic for me. Within this view, it's rendering. So you see that now it's looking realistic. Now if I go to the other sections and I check, it's also realistic. If I come in here, it's also realistic. If I come there, it's also what? Realistic. And that's how powerful the view templates are. Any question?
Mankind.
Yes, sir.
When you were going to the view template where you could edit the KDA sections, were you using a shortcut? Because I didn't see your mouse move to select the view template.
No, I move it there. Come and select it here from the properties view template.
No, before you came here, when you were still at the section page.
You always do that. How you want to assign? What the
So
process is that
when you want to edit the section, the first section to apply for the rest. Yeah, I didn't see where your mouse went to. You just
okay. Let's do for 3D view. So I'll go to the process again.
Okay.
There's a 3D view here. Simple one. So let me go to the ground floor and create another 3D view.
So what is okay? You
let me go to the process again.
Yeah.
I'll create another camera view from here. This will give us another 3D view. Close. Then I'll take another camera view from the back here. This will give us another 3D view. So we have 3D view 1, 3D view 2, 3D view what? 3. All of them, I've not displayed them in any way. I've not edited them for it to look the way I want it to. So what I'll do is that I'll edit one of them to make sure that it looks the way I want it to look. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So I'll take this one. First thing, this scope box, I don't want to see it. So I'll right click, hide in view, category. Then it's gone. So it's clear now. Then I'll come in. I'll change the display level to shaded here. Then I'll go to graphic display set options. I'll change the background to say sky. Okay, so I have this one. So are you okay up to this point?
Yeah.
Now if I go to 3D view 1, it's still like this one. If I go to 3D view 2, it's still like this. If I go to 3D view 3, this is what I want.
Yeah.
But the lighting, I don't like the lighting settings. So I'll still go to graphic display options, go to lighting, then increase the ambient lights. to say 60, apply. So there will be more lights. And then go to OK. Now I want to apply this same display representation that I have here to this, that, and then this one. So what do? I open the one with the right settings that I have done. Okay. Go to the view menu, go to the view template, then create template from current view. A dialog box will pop up. Then I'll give it a name. KD score. Share screen. The network is bad today. KDA underscore 3D impression.
Hey, go back.
So how did you get there?
Go back.
I should go back.
Yeah, we saw you were like,
okay.
you want to
When I'm here,
so
you go to view template. View template. You see it. Then choose create template from current view. From the view that you want to replicate in other views, you go there. So this one, I go to view template, create template from current view. Then I'll give it a name. KDA underscore 3D impressions. 3D impression. Okay. And then save it. When I save it, this dialog box will come, showing me the things that I want to control. Okay. Then I go to OK.
Okay, so the dialog box comes automatically.
Yes, as soon as you create it, then the dialog box will come. If you want to see the dialog box, you go to view template, manage view template. If you go to manage view template, you see all the view template that we've created in the project. So all the lists you see here, each of them is a different view template. Okay, this all, I go to all. So all these ones, they are different view templates. Some of them are view template for electrical lighting plan, electrical power plan, electrical section, export to civil engineering, KDA 3D impression, KDA elevations SD, KDA sessions, mechanical ceiling, mechanical elevation, mechanical plan, mechanical section, plumbing ceiling. So any representation can have its own view template. But in this case, the template I did is KDA 3D impression. That's what I've assigned. I can go to view templates again. And then select a different view template, maybe structural analytical isolated 3D. Then I go to apply. If I go to OK, this is what I get, because there's no structural element inside. I can click on this one, choose a different one, as architectural presentation 3D. Go to OK, it will give me this one. I can click on it again, go to all. I want to see all. Then look for KDA 3D impression. Then go to OK, then to give me this. So the point is that within a single project, you can have so many different view templates, each one serving a specific representational purpose. Are you okay? So now if I want to assign this KDA 3D impression to another view, I'll open that view, 3D view 1. And I don't need to go through anything. I just go to view templates, select KDA 3D impression, and then go to OK, and I'll get that. If I go to this one, KDA 3D impression, then I'll get that. As simple as that.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, thank you.
I am introducing this thing early. I'm introducing it early so that you can get used to it early. We've not finished our model. We've not edited them. We've not done anything to them. But the views that we are working on, ideally, advisably, any view that you work with must be assigned a specific word, view word, template. Okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, if I want to edit this view and I want to tone down the lighting, currently, I think I don't even see shadows in it. So it doesn't look realistic. Do you understand? And if I want to
Yeah.
bring a
Yeah.
shadow, if I go here too, there's no shadow. If I go here, there's no shadow. If I go here, there's no shadow. I just go to my view template, manage view template, look for KDA, 3D impression, look for shadows, and click on edit. As soon as I click on edit, then I'll say cast shadows, then show ambient shadows, and then go to OK. If I move it to the side and I click on OK, you see that the shadows will now show. And if I go to this view, the shadows are showing. If I go to this view, the shadows is showing. And I realize that the shadows are too dark. It's not making the work to look nice. I need to tone down the shadow. I only go to the view templates, manage view templates, go to KDA, 3D impressions, look at lighting settings, and then under lighting, we look at shadows. The shadows is about 50. Reduce it to say about 20. 20. Then apply. So the shadows are now toned down. And I go to OK. The shadows are toned down. If I go to this view, shadows is toned down. If I go to that view, shadow is toned down. If I go to this view, shadow is toned down. When I want to create a new 3D view, I can open the floor plan, take my camera, create a new view from the front all the way here. Good. I have my front elevation. I want it to have the same 3D tone. So I'll go to view template, select and apply KDA 3D impressions. Go to OK. At times, you might want to do different representations for the view. So I'll come in here, take the 3D impression from here, choose none, so that there's no more view template applied to it. You understand? Then I'll go to graphic display settings, options here. Then I'll go to maybe a model, we have this one. I want to make it transparent. Let's say 20% transparency apply. Then you see something like that. So that you see some level of transparency. This display representation and this display representation are totally what? Different. If you look at this four, you look at this one, they are totally what? Different. So I'll come to the four again, go to the graphic display options again. A dialog box will pop up. We have sketchy lines. I want to enable sketchy lines. I want it to jitter by 1. I want it to have extensions, also 1. Apply. Then you have something like this one. The extensions, I want it to be about 3. Apply. Then I have something like this one. So it's like this representation is totally different. And it's looking what? Very sketchy. You see the lines overlapping and crossing as that one. This representation and that representation, they are not what? The same. Do you understand? So I'll come to this view and then I'll have to assign a different view template to this one. Okay? Which I can do. You see the grids are showing through it. I don't want to see the grids. So I'll go to VV again. Then make sure that grids are not showing. Grids. I'll switch grid off. Go to OK. So the grids are now gone. Then I'll go to view template. Create template from current view. Then I'll call it KDA underscore 3D sketchy. Sketchy. Then go to OK. Now I can independently come and edit all these things as and when they are necessary. So I'll go to OK. So if I finish and I go to 3D view 1 and I want it to look like this one, I open 3D view 1, go to view template, and I change it to what? 3D what? Sketchy. Then I have it. I can change it back to 3D impression, go to OK, then I have this one. Or I can take 3D view 1, right click, duplicate view, rename it, 3D view 1, sketchy. Sketchy. Okay, so I have 3D view 1 here. Then I have 3D view 1 sketchy. Only that I only give it a different display representation by applying a different view template. 3D view 1 sketchy. Okay, so I have this one. So I can get this, I can get that. And then this, the same view, the same model, different representation. Now, if I go to this 3D view and I edit my roof, which we do later on, edit, go and change the structure from a thickness of 225 to 25. Change the material to a different material. This one, I'm only assigning material to it. So I'll pick any material. I'm not going to be too fused about it. So I'll pick a different material. Let's say, the machine is hanging. Let's say I'll use, let me pick a calendar to show up. Metal paint finish, Indian red. Then go to OK. Go to OK. Go to OK. You see that the roof material is updated with a different thickness. I can go and add fascia. Add fascia, roof fascia. So I'll select the edge here. Select this edge here. Select this edge. Go to the side. Select that edge. So I've added the fascia to this one. Let me add to all of them. This edge, this edge. I'm still modifying my model. I'm updating the model. That edge. Select the fascia, add or remove. Continue. Continue. Then add this one too. Then come to this side too. Then add. Then I'll go here, add. So select the fascia, create similar, add fascia here. Add fascia here. Go to the back, add fascia here. Then add this fascia. So I've just added the fascia to the whole of the building. When I go back to my 3D views, 3D view 1, it's updated. The sketchy one is updated. 3D view 2 is updated. 3D view 3 is updated. So me personally, when I'm working, I focus on the views that I need, the sheets that I need. I populate the sheet I want. I populate it with the views and schedules that I want. Then I'll come back and then fine tune the model. And it makes our work easier for us. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No.
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 If there's no question, there's a good point to close.
Thank you, sir.
Godwin,
Yes, sir.
are you okay? You're okay.
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Richmond. Mr. Richmond. Mr. Richmond. Which one is to know it? Okay. So see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Right.